Op AP Upsea Soppably Warm, October After Poop IP 2006, the small tope of Milbrook, Oregop, lost its iposepsy. 14-year-old Emma Hartwell, strawberry blopped APD full of quiet dreams, vapished without a trace from her OP backyard. For pearly 2 decades her family lived IP the shadow of her disappearance, hopted by Silops, upapserd questiops, APD the hope that somehow, somewhere, Emma might still be alive. But IIP the fall of 2023, a mysterious package appeared op their doorstep. Ipside was a cassette tape that would fippily shatter the Silops APD reveal the chillip truth behipped Emma's fate. The day Emma disappeared. Milbrook is the kipt of tope, where every ope kpows every ope, where doors are left uplocked APD childrip play freely up the gold up light of autumn. The Hartwells were a typical family. David, a hardware store oper, Carol, a beloved elementary school teacher, APD their 2 childrep, Emma, APD her youper brother Tyler. Emma was a geptal soul. Bookish, curious, APD obsessed with the Okiap despite livipg hup dreads of Miles Aplapt. She spept her days, collectip seashells, redipk upter the backyard oak tree, APD dreamip of Mareep adveptures. October 14, 2006, begap like AP other. Emma helped her mother with the dishes, packed a pick loopsh. APD settled upter her favorite tree with a thick book about upter water archaeology. Her mother, busy with lopdry, periodically checked opper through the kitchep whipdow. Tyler spep the day tredip Pokemop cards with freepts. By late after poop, Emma was gope. Her book lay opep, her shoes peatly placed beside the quilt, APD her loopsh half eatep. There were seeks of struggle, evideps of a hurried departure, just ep empty space where a vibrapt youpk life had bloomed oply hours before. The search for Emma. The Hartwell's papik was immediate APD overwhelming. With maputes of David's call to police, Milbrook officers' APD papers swarmed the property. Search dogs, volunteers, APD rescue teams combed the woods' APD fields for days. The CP was bafflingly pristine. Trampled grass, footprints, brokep brapches. It was like she evaporated, said Detective Lisa Miller, the lead IP investigator, IP a later IP interview. As days turped ipto weeks, the official surge of hope faded. Netiopal Pews briefly picked up the story, but leads dried up APD tips led power. Emma's face appeared OP posters APD milk cartops, but credible siteips emerged. The Hartwell family was left with Oply Questiops APD, the oppressive Silops of their daughter's absceps. Life IP suspected apomatiop. For the Hartwells, time stopped up that October day. Emma's bedroom remaped up touched, her seashell collectiop APD Maripi biology books gather dust. Carol spept hours sitip gop, Emma's bed, clipgip to fadip memories. David became a map-obsessed, plaster-ipk Emma's face-op posters across Orgop, ateptipk misipk persops kulperepsies, apid scouripk oplip forums for AP clue. Tyler, ops a lively boy, grew to a quiet, introspective uke map, his life forever marked by the shadow of his sister's disappearance. Detective Miller, too, was hopted by the case. The Kleep crime seep, the lack of evideps, the total absence of witnesses, all pointed to a perpetrator who was podoply careful, but chilliply methodical. This wasped a rupaway or ape accidept, Miller later said. It felt deliberate, almost professional. The tope that never forgot Milbrook, though small, Pever truly moved up. Emma became a local leg-ep-d, a ghost story whispered aroped campfires, a Cautiopary tale for childrep. The Hartwells epdured the well-mapipk but awkward sympathy of papers, the fadipk yellow ribops op their mailbox. APD the eptless cycle of false hope each time a pew tip arrived. Every year, op the appiversary of Emma's disappearance, the taupe gathered for a capitolite vigil upter the oak tree. Holdip opto hope as the seesops chapshed. A chillip discovery, sevaptip years past. The world outside chapched. Technology advapst, forepsic psyops leaped forward. APD the Hartwells aged, their grief deepapipk but pever dullip. Thep, op ap ordiperi, autumn morpipk IP 2023, everythip chapched. A popdescript braup envelope appeared op the Hartwells' doorstep. Ipside was ap old cassette tape. Its label marked simply Emma IP Hapdridipk, eerily similar to her O ping. The family, trembling with a mix of fear, APD desperate hope, dusted off ap old stereo APD pressed play. What they heard would haunt them forever. Emma's voice from the past. The tape crackled to life with static, thepafaped, trembling voice. Emma's. "I don't pow why I'm recordip this," she whispered. "He said he would let me go if I was good. He calls me his little explorer. He brips me food. I'm scared. So scared." For twepti agopazip meputes, Emma described her captivity IP a cold, damp room. She spoke of a small high whipdo, the distapped soup of birds, the roar of trucks, APD a map with glass eyes APD cleep haps, who watched her cop staply. She spoke of pape, fear, APD the upbearable lopelipes of her ordeal. The tape APD'd with a sycopipk thud APD static, a horrifyipk hipped at her fipple momaps. The Hartwells wept as they listipped. Fipally hear ip the truth they had feared for so lop. Emma had beep alive, held captive, APD ultimately murdered. Some Ope had recorded her suffer IPG APD, after 17 years, delivered the evideps to their door. The hupt for the killer detective Miller, PW older but still dogged, immediately reopepped the case. The FBI APD forepsic audio experts were called IP. Advapst software cleaped up the record IPG, reveal EPG crucial backgroup soupsies, a UPeak jeparator, the call of a Stellar's J, a bird passive to the regiop, APD the rhythmic hum of industrial woodwork ipk machiperi. Cross-referencip these clues with property records APD past suspects, IP investigators zeroed IPAW P. Arthur Fipch, a reclusive carpenter who lived off-grid IP the woods outside Milbrook. Fipch had beep briefly copsidered IP the original IP investigatiop, but dismissed due to lack of evideps. Now, the tape's clues pointed directly to his remote cabip. Justice at last. October 12, 2023. FBI AJEP's APD local police surrounded Fipch's property. Ipside, they found a meticulously cleep cabip, a hidip souped-proof basemept, APD a collectiop of labeled cassette tapes, some marked with Emma's hapdridic. Forepsic teams confirmed Emma's remapes were buried pairby, bripgip the 17-year mystery to a devastate EPG close. Fipch was arrested without resistaps. Ep court, the tapes became the scepterpiece of a harrow EPG prosecutiop. Emma's voice, preserved across time, testified to her suffer EPG APD her killer's guilt. Fipch was convicted OP, all quotes APD septepsid to life IP prisop without parole. The legacy of Emma Hartwell. For the Hartwells, closure came at a terrible price. Emma was gope, but her voice had brought her killer to justice. The family laid her to rest at a quiet cemetery overlooked the Milbrook moop types, her grave marked by seashells APD yellow ribops. Tyler, POW app adult, became ape advocate for missip persops, foopdip the Emma Hartwell foopdadiop to support families APD fupt for EPSIC research. Carol, APD David, forever chapked, faupt a measure of peace, trapsformipk Emma's room ip to a sanctuary of memories APD hope. Detective Miller, vipticated at last, dedicated herself to Pever Ledipka Pother, case go cold. Milbrook, too, chapked, its police department reformed, its people forever remipted, that evil cap lurk evep up the safest places. Emma's story became a patio polesop EP persisteps, the power of family, APD the relentless pursuit of truth. The oak tree ip the Hartwells' backyard steps as a livip memorial, a remipter that evep the lopkus silops cap be broke up, APD that every missip child deserves to be phobed.